And welcome back, everyone. It's another episode of Red Divide, your channel dedicated to United and Liverpool, fiercest rivalry there is in England. We're back for another one. As always, my cousin Ray's joining me, and special guest, Marco. As you can see, unfortunately, another Liverpool fan. However, we're here to talk about Jurgen Klopp and the amazing job, even if I have to say so myself, the amazing job he's done for Liverpool. Gents, welcome. How's it going?
How's it?
Yeah, doing
thanks
good.
for having me.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the show,
Good to be
Marco.
on your last show. How
Yeah,
are you guys doing?
thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, we're doing great.
we-
You say you guys are doing good, even though you just got some news this week.
Yeah, it's been some news that we still have to try and swallow. It's a tough one ahead. The season's already past halfway, and rather now than later, gives Liverpool some time to look at other coaches and put names down to paper and decide and see who can take over his big shoes. I don't think there's going to be a manager that's going to fill the shoes that he's filled at Liverpool. He's transformed the
I
club
agree.
from doubters to believers. So Jurgen Klopp's done a lot. It's sad, but it's one of those things. He is 56 years old at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think he's got other plans.
All
that he
good
wants
things
to
come to an
do.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what they
unfortunately. Hey? Well,
Yeah.
let's not say
How
all
you
good things
feeling?
come to an end.
You were pretty upset the other day.
Marcus, as you know, when the news broke, completely fucked up my whole weekend. I was mad with the whole world on Friday. And that's the reason why we're doing this episode now, because I've had some time to think and relax and, understand that it's not the end of the world. Yes, it's a massive blow. Jurgen Klopp, like Marco was saying, he's got massive shoes at this present time. I can't think of any candidate that comes to mind that can fill his shoes. But I understand. After listening to, obviously his press conference, I tried to separate myself from my feelings about him leaving and try and think about it as a human. What he's done for the club is immense. And he's tired. And I respect his decision, that he was open and honest and said that, his managerial style is based on energy. And that's what he's brought in the last 8.5 years. And if the man says he's tired, you have to respect that. And, unfortunately for the club, it's time to look on forward to try and find someone that's going to replace him. But like Marco was saying, he's got massive shoes. I can't think of one candidate at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, there's all that talk about Xabi Alonso, right? Your ex-player. He's doing a great job in Germany. And yeah, I obviously hope that you guys don't get him, because I think he's doing a great job. He needs to carry on doing a good job in Germany. And you guys should go for a nice young coach, up and coming, someone to grow with the players, I think. Let it all build together, take some time, get to know each other.
No, so you see, this is the thing. Like you guys had Solskjaer to grow into, an old boy, that used to do well for you guys in the Champions League, especially coming as a sub, ended up being your manager, and he was a great success for the Premier League. You guys didn't really do well. So I'm hoping not to follow in your footsteps and find the right candidate. You know what I'm saying?
Easier said than done. What do you think, Marco?
True.
Yeah, well, look, Xabi Alonso was an icon with Liverpool, got the Champions League under Rafa Benitez. I mean, you also cannot forget about Stevie G. He could also be a right candidate. I mean,
I'd love
why
you
not?
guys to get Stevie G. That would be awesome, because I know that he would do what he did with Villa.
Give the old ex-Liverpool players, give them the to become a coach and to coach Liverpool. Why not give it a shot? I mean, it's still look. There are other managers out there instead of getting ex-Liverpool football players, but we'll see what happens. I mean, now we're focusing on we got 4 trophies ahead of us, so we can put that aside. Jurgen Klopp's still our coach. We've got a long season ahead of us, and believe it or not, like I've said, he's changed Liverpool from doubters to believers. We can probably take all 4 trophies.
Oh, here we go.
We need to believe.
We need to believe, and we carry on believing. And until the end of the season, Klopp is still our manager. And once he leaves and once his footsteps are out of the door, then we take it from there. And Liverpool probably have the next candidates to take over as from Jurgen Klopp. But like you said, Xabi Alonso, we wouldn't want it. He's doing very well now. Currently at Bayer Leverkusen, he's doing a phenomenal job.
For sure.
He is.
But will he leave? Will Bayer Leverkusen let him leave? But at the end of the day, money talks, yeah?
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't think Stevie G is a great manager. So the fact that you want him, I'm with you. Take him. I hope you get him, actually. Because he tried with Villa, didn't quite get that right. He's doing okay, I guess, there in Saudi. But, yeah, no, I'd love him to go to Liverpool. It'll be a great story, you know, ex-Liverpool legend. And, yeah, we'll see if he gets the Solskjaer treatment in the end and see how that all comes. He'll always still be a legend. Doesn't matter what he does as a manager. But I'd prefer you guys get Gerrard over Alonso. That would be good, right up my alley. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So, I honestly don't see Steven Gerrard becoming the manager. Like, you know, he did a great job at Rangers, but then again, the Scottish League and the Premier League's 2 different things. Being a player in the Premier League and then coming back as a manager, you know, you've got the experience as a player, but you don't have it as a manager. And you could see even at Villa, you know, he had good ideas, he brought in the right players. Maybe he could have had a little bit more time. But then, you know, he got the sack. And then, you know, Emre came in and with the same crop of players took them straight to, you know, the Conference League. So it just goes to show what a lot of experience can do. So Gerrard, for me, I would rule him out. Xabi Alonso, he seems to be the number 1 candidate because of his style of play and because of his football philosophy. However, I don't think he is a big enough personality for the club, honestly. I think he's done a great job. You got to commend him for what he's done at Bayern, but he hasn't been, you know, and at Sociedad as well. You know, he did well at Sociedad and he's done well at Leverkusen. But I think his career as a top flight coach hasn't really hit that mark just yet. You know, he's doing great things, but I don't think he's the next man to take us into the next bright future, so to speak.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree with that. He still has lots to learn. I mean, look at Arteta, what he's done for Arsenal.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But he's had
He's
time.
taken Arsenal
He's had
to the
time.
next level. I mean, he got that experience under Pep Guardiola. And I mean, now he's at Arsenal and he's doing great.
Yeah.
Arsenal to the next level. So it's the problem is with Stevie G, he lacks that experience to work under a great manager. Would have been phenomenal to see him work under Jurgen Klopp. But yeah, it just didn't get to happen.
Yeah, look, I think, I mean, Mourinho's available. You guys can always go for him. You want a big personality.
I would take him for free.
When I think of Mourinho, I think of the coach that plays defensively and then knows his time is up, piss off the players, and then get the sack and get a nice payout.
You get
I
paid
don't
out.
want that happening with us. I don't want that happening at Liverpool. Let's keep our money for transfers instead of paying off a manager. Thanks, but no thanks.
Jurgen Klopp has done well to bring in funds for Liverpool. I mean, he's not a big spender, never has been. I mean, there's a couple of seasons he didn't even touch the transfer market. He kept with what he had. Brings in the academy players, and he only took the money when the funds were there. You understand? So Mourinho just likes to blast the money. He likes
100%. No, Klopp's done amazingly with his budget compared to Pep. Geez, night and day. And to think that he's competed with him, you have to give Klopp his credit. Even as a United fan, he definitely re-energized you guys. As you said, he gave you reason to believe again. You guys became a threat. He took you guys back up to levels you haven't seen since the 80s. So, yeah, you got to give it to him. On that, when Klopp first signed for you boys, how much did you know about him, and what were your expectations for what he would achieve as your coach? Marco, you want to go first?
Yeah, look, I didn't really know much of him besides watching him coach Borussia Dortmund. I mean, he done well with Borussia Dortmund. He went to the finals of the Champions League, lost to Bayern, and kicked out Real Madrid in the semis. So he done very well there. And trophy-wise, he didn't really win much trophies with Borussia Dortmund. And he was also at Mainz.
Also, in the Bundesliga?
In the Bundesliga. He won the
Bundesliga.
So, look, he was up there, but he wasn't not of the greatest.
Yeah.
But what drew my attention was his charisma for the players and his attitude on the pitch. No matter what he does, win or lose, he will always go onto the pitch and shake every single player's hands, shake the opponent's coach hand. It's just that love for football and for the game that he's got. It's phenomenal. His charisma is phenomenal, and his attitude.
Nice. Ray, what do you know about Klopp when he first started?
So you know me, Kazi. As soon as I see any type of news, I jump onto the old Google and start having a look. Marco touched on it earlier. So he was a player, not the greatest player. Then he went on to Mainz, managed there for a while, did well enough to get a call up to Dortmund, and managed to win the league with Dortmund. But what drew me to him was he had so much confidence. You know, in his first press conference, he came out there and said that he's going to change Liverpool and we're going to win the league. And and for me especially, not winning the league for so many years, and a new manager coming in and giving the supporters the belief, very first interview, going live on TV and saying this is his promise to the fans that I'm going to deliver the league, and he's delivered it. So coming in, I wasn't so sure. I liked his energy. I liked his personality. Obviously, when he got the job, I knew more about him, and I knew that it was the right choice. And then slowly he started transforming the club, with his ideas. He wanted to bring the whole team together. So what we did is we brought we managed to obviously get the funds to make a new training facility. And his idea was taking all of the age groups and putting them all in one training facility so that everyone is learning exactly the same style, the same football philosophy. Yeah. And it's paid dividends. If you look at in this season, how many academy players have come through? Conor Bradley on Sunday is the man of the match. The boy's only 19 years old. So when Klopp came in, we were maybe a top 8 team, if best. We had no spark, we had no energy, we had managers come in and out which probably weren't up to the task. And I understand now why Klopp is saying he's tired. Is because he's given 1,000%. He's given 1,000% of his energy, of his life to the football club, to the players, to the staff. When you think of Liverpool, you think of Jurgen Klopp. Although there's a lot of people in the background, Klopp is the main name, and that's what everyone knows. And I couldn't be more happy for what he's done for Liverpool. I'm eternally grateful. He took us from chumps to champs, if I'm all honest. We weren't a great squad. And yeah, I'll be honest, I'm gutted at the moment. I'm extremely gutted. All the noise is coming in from the media and all the other teams. This is, try and rattle us. We're top of the log. We're fighting on all 4 fronts. We just need to keep level heads, and hopefully we can, win some silverware and, write this last chapter in Klopp's book.
So what you said, you knew he was the right manager. What made you realize he was the right manager when you signed him?
Just with his confidence, in his first press conference, he said he's the normal one, and then going on to say that he would exactly, yeah, which I loved, and then he went out there in his very first interview and said he's going to deliver the league. that confidence that he's giving the fans, he's giving the players. It doesn't matter if you're Liverpool or not. When you hear a statement like that, you're like, okay, let's wait and see, if this is going to age well. And, true to his word, he delivered it. Probably one of the greatest times of my life. And I think his confidence, you know what I mean? For me, that's what sold it for me. His confidence and his belief in himself and his belief in our great club. And that's what sold it for me, for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to say that because of COVID and teams didn't have their fans, so away and home was pretty much the same thing. But you got to give credit where it's due. He managed to still be the best team in the league that year, finished top. He did what no one else could that year. So he did well for you guys. As a United fan, I was hoping that streak of yours would continue. So when you broke it, when you stopped the 30 years, it was disappointing from our side. But yeah, I can only imagine how happy and excited you and the entire Liverpool fan base must have been. So Ray, what's your favorite memory under Klopp?
I have so many, Marcos. It's difficult to choose one, but I'm gonna discuss one with you now. So in 2016, when we were in the Europa Cup, I remember I was in the States. I was in Florida, and we weren't able. I think we were playing golf in the morning, so we weren't able to watch the game. And then I remember you saying to me, "Have you checked the score?" And I said, "No." And you said, "Well, don't check. We'll watch when we get home." And we were losing the game, and then we managed to score and come back. Long story short, we beat Borussia Dortmund 5-4 for us to progress through to the next round. And,
It's
just to see him exactly, it was his old team. He has mad love for them. And now he's with his new team. And, we're kicking his old team out of the competition. And he celebrated. It's not like he didn't celebrate because, he has affiliation with Dortmund. He celebrated because he's the manager of Liverpool and we managed to achieve this. So, that brings, for me, a lot of more brownie points, of course. So I have many to discuss. We can probably go into more detail about all of my great memories. I'd like to hear from you, Marco. What is one of your best memories under Jurgen Klopp?
Could you please repeat the question, Mark?
What's your favorite memory under Jurgen Klopp there?
I'm glad you asked me that question. Look, like Ray said, there's so many memories. I mean, he started with us in 2015. And going on to Ray's point, when he's actually speaking about 2016, in the quarterfinals in the Europa League, when they beat Dortmund 5-4 in aggregate, great game that was. One of the best comebacks ever. I mean, he signed in 2015. The following year, he took us to the final. 2016 Europa League. We lost to, the Europa Kings, Sevilla. That's their trophy.
That's the Sevilla trophy.
I mean, but just from that point of view, it's basically like a whole year, what Klopp did for us. If you go back to United, you had Solskjaer, Ten Hag. What's the closest you guys got to? Relegation?
What are you talking about? We've never been near relegation, my friend. Your hopes and dreams are not reality.
You guys haven't got close to any finals.
What are you talking about? We won the Europa League. We've won the FA Cup. We won the Carling Cup.
How long did it take Solskjaer to get there?
But not 30 years. I'll tell you that much. Not 30 years, brother.
But the greatest, I got to say, the best comeback ever that I loved was the Champions League, where in the semi-final with Barcelona, against Barca, 3-0 down, came to Anfield,
beat them 4-0. Yeah.
And we still ended up winning the Champions League, beating Tottenham in the final.
Yeah, so that's
how great this time. The question that you have asked, let's get to the points, was obviously the 7-0. Do you remember that?
I knew it. That's why you wanted me to ask you the question, because I knew it was coming.
Exactly.
And as soon as I asked it, I thought, yeah, this guy's going to tune 7.
And the season before that, we go on to the aggregate, the home and away. I mean, it came down
It was
to a
9,
9-0
wasn't it?
aggregate the season
9,
before.
yeah.
Remember that? It was a 5 and a 4.
I don't know what you're talking about. No idea.
Mark only remembers when they win, not when they lose.
Hey, this guy. Going for the throat, yeah. Check this guy.
Thanks for the jugular.
Oh, my gosh. I was pretty irritated. Going back to the Barca game, I was really irritated with that, actually, because I remember Barca were winning 3-0 at the Nou Camp, and Messi passed the ball. If you wanted to give the Lati, was it Dembele? Who's the Lati there? I think he's left already. I think it was Dembele. Passed him the ball, so he give him a goal in the Champions League final. And it was just him and the keeper, and he could have just put it around the keeper, and he missed. He was straight at the keeper. Whereas Messi should have taken the shot, but, you know, he's always team player, giving penalties to Suarez, etc., etc. But passed the ball, the youngster missed, and the game finished 3-0. But still, so to me, that should have been 4-4. But the momentum that you guys had at Anfield, the way you guys played, number one, nobody in their right mind would bet that Liverpool would go through, because you're never going to think that you're going to keep Barcelona quiet and stop them from scoring away goals, because then you have uphill battle. You've got to score 5, and every time they score, you just got to keep scoring more. And you know what I mean? You're never going to catch them. So nobody, I'm telling you now, no one ever thought that was going to happen. So for that, congratulations. That's still one of the most unbelievable results I've ever seen. To beat Barcelona 4-0 at Anfield, yeah, that was real well done. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
I remember that game, Marco. We watched that game at my house. Remember, we were jumping around, like hugging and high-fiving, and yeah, we couldn't believe what we were watching. But we did predict today, Marco. We did say we're going to come back and win this.
Yeah,
And all Trent seized Riggy, Barca defenders sleeping. What a pass! What a finish!
Basically, Barca's whole squad was still like trotting back into position.
Yeah.
They didn't even get halfway to the position where they're supposed to be at, and the ball was already at the back of the net.
Yeah, that was, man. Trent did so well that day. That day, I think everybody stood back and was like, whoa, Trent, he's a player. You know what I mean? That really gave him the recognition that he deserved right there.
Yeah.
All right,
That's a great memory.
For you, what's been Klopp's greatest achievement for Liverpool?
Klopp's greatest achievement, for him himself, or for the actual club, or for the supporters?
For the supporter, what do you feel is his greatest achievement, in your opinion?
My opinion is, look, for what he's done, I mean, he's won 7 trophies for us. He's taken us to finals. And to me, the best achievement ever was an achievement that I've been waiting for 30 years. We eventually got our hand on that trophy. It took us a very long time. I mean, back in the day, it wasn't even called the Premier League. It was just... So at least we could say it, we've got a Premier League. It just adds to the League Cups. And yeah, we just need that extra one more. Hopefully we can get it this season, Klopp's last season, so we can be on the same tally as the United supports, as United, yeah?
That's right.
So I would say, yeah, that's actually one of my favorites. Well, my ultimate favorite was winning the Premier League.
That's fair. After such a long wait, I don't blame you. I probably would have said the same. Ray? What do you feel is his greatest achievement?
Marco kind of summed it up. But if I can say, apart from the trophies, what he did for the club, when he came in, we were no one. Let's be honest. He literally galvanized the entire club, not just the team. We're not just talking the first team here. We're talking all of the age groups. He's enlisted a mentality into the players that they're the best players and, they can do whatever they put their mind to. And all of his positivity and his energy that, he brings to the table each day in, day out, I have to say that's probably his biggest achievement, that he's taken a mediocre team, because we were, to let's even call it what it is. Premier League winners, Champions League winners. I think probably his greatest achievement is bringing the fans together, bringing all the players together, and uniting the club. So with that being said, I'm not going to talk about personal accolades or trophies. I think what he's done as a person, as a manager, and an icon, what he's done for Liverpool, I think that's his greatest achievement. Especially
as a
with,
whole.
he could not compete in the transfer market. He had to adhere to our owner's rules of bringing young talent, at cheap prices. And only in the past couple of years, things have changed where we started buying proper talent. So, it was difficult for him to try and get onto the pars with like City and Arsenal and United, although United haven't been anywhere in the past 10 years. But that's been his greatest achievement, actually galvanizing the club to greatness again. I'm going to miss him. Jeez. Yeah, it's rough to think that he's not going to be with us next season. It's rough to think that.
It's a very welcoming thought.
Also apart from what he's done for the club, the club themselves as well. They got new AXA training centre. Anfield's expanded, new stands under Klopp's era. So there's a lot that's happened while Jurgen Klopp has been there.
And look at the team that he's leaving. Look at the team that he's leaving for the next manager. That's very important to digest. We've got young players. We don't have an aging squad anymore. We've got academy players. So the next manager that comes in, he's got Rolls Royces to choose from. It's not the same like with you guys, cuz when Fergie left, he left an aging squad. He didn't leave the next succession plan. In all honesty, let's be real here. He did not leave that. And just hearing the interview, Klopp told the club he's tired in November already. We're in February, and look where we are. So I think the squad, the health of the squad, is in a very good place, and it makes me believe that the future will be bright, even without the big man in the hot seat.
Marco and I were talking before this, and I said, look, the difference is you have a really good team, good young team, that there's a bright future for them. So it's not the same as when Sir Alex left. We had our guys that were at the top of their career. Maybe some of them were on the way down, but he managed to get them to get over the line and win that last league. Because you saw from the next season, it just wasn't the same. And that's also thanks to him being there. Just shows credit to him as well. But I think you guys still have a decent team, good young team full of talent. And if you guys do well this season, there's no reason that another manager shouldn't be able to do well. Not maybe as well, but not finish 8th and 10th. You guys should be competing in top 4.
100%.
Until maybe you get used to the new manager's style, but you shouldn't fall away with what you have. So that's good news for you guys, and not good news for the rest of us. But so I guess with everything you've said, I guess the next question I was going to ask, I probably have my answer to already. Marco, is Jurgen Klopp a Liverpool legend?
Definitely. He definitely goes down as a legend. Definitely.
I would have thought so. Ray? Simple answer.
Yes, I already see they're making space for his statue. Already getting his statue ready in front of the Kop. Listen, let's be honest. 8.5 years, what he has done for the football club in 8.5 years, he's 100% a legend. He's turned us around from, man, I can't even say that we were competing, because we weren't. We were like maybe a 6th or a 7th or an 8th table team, and he's just come and changed the entire club, changed the entire team, and he made the fans believe again. So with that being said, 100%, he's a legend of the club. He'll go down in the books, the history books, as one of the best managers of LFC of all time.
Yeah, I mean, just trophy-wise, the fact that he's got that Premier League that very few other managers have, especially for Liverpool. The fact that he's got the Champions Leagues in his back as well, back pocket. Yeah, he's done extremely well over 8.5 years. Um, yeah, so, I mean, I'd like to give him stick and say only one Premier League in 8 years is that enough? But you can't knock it. It's so difficult with City right now that have endless money, a fantastic manager, a very good structure at the club. Run the business end is run really well to compete with them, and you guys pushed them all the way on 2 occasions. I think losing both times by 1 point or something, right? So
That's right.
yeah, it's Jurgen has done phenomenal actually when you think about it, especially the funds that's been available to him versus City. Yeah, he's done amazing. Got to take my hat off and give credit where it's due. Put the rivalry aside and say congratulations to him. He's done a hell of a job, and I'm very happy to see the back of him. So
I'm sure you
so
are.
yeah, that's how I feel. But yeah, on to that. I'm so glad that you guys are gonna suck again. I cannot wait to see it. I can't wait for the season just to end because our season sucks. So I'd love to finish the season, get started, and see how you guys go next year. But still a long way to go, as Marco said earlier. You guys are still fighting on all 4 fronts. But
That's right.
yeah, I'm hoping that all you walk away with is maybe the Carabao Cup, and it'll be a successful season.
Not so much. Hopefully, you don't get what you want.
It's a good send-off for him, right? Here's the Carabao Cup, Klopp. Cheers. And there you go.
Yes, your second Premier League club. There you go.
Oh!
Hold your head up high. I know all the players are going to be fighting for him. I know they're going to give 150% every time they walk in that field. So I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic.
It's very possible. I mean, anything's possible. Marco, what's your prediction for the rest of the season?
Definitely the Premier League.
Oh, you got it in the bag, you say?
In the bag.
Okay.
City to be relegated.
United. This guy's still dreaming. I know it's late there, but yeah, China. Oh, jeez.
Oh, well, look, I mean, as like you mentioned about the point tally, in 2018 and 19, who does not win a league or any sort of league with 97 points?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean,
It's unheard of.
that's crazy. 97 points, you come second, you don't even win the league. It's crazy. That's why
competitive.
the English
And
league
that was a season that
Yes,
Company
more.
scored that cracker from far out.
Against Leicester.
Remember that?
Against Leicester.
Yes.
I
Yes.
remember that.
Can't.
They just won.
Sure.
Yeah, look, I'm happy for the Premier League, and I wouldn't mind all four.
Oh, easy, Tiger.
I wouldn't mind all four. It's not impossible. It's possible. Like I've said, Klopp has turned Liverpool from doubters to believers. We believe.
I see that. Even dreamers. Even, yeah, unbelievable stuff. Wow.
But
You know,
we called the
if an
believers. United is called the dreamers.
an unexperienced young team, if they can win the quadruple, where City and United with highly experienced players could only win a treble, yeah, then the dude's worked unbelievable magic. Then he's really done the impossible. So I look forward to that not happening. But yeah, the Carabao Cup will go down fine. That's cool, man. Take it. It's all good.
We'll take the Europa as well.
Yeah. Well, we're favourites for the Europa.
It should be.
We should be. I think we'll take it. I've called it in previous episodes. But yeah, I've got something for you to think about, Mark and Marco. How happy, Marco, would you be if the Zerbi from Brighton came to Liverpool? And how sad, Mark, will you be if the Zerbi comes to Liverpool?
I mean, De Zerbi does a hell of a job, but and really good with working with also not a whole lot of funds. But I don't know if he's experienced enough. I think that's a step too soon, in my opinion. He's been in the league for a year and a half. If that, he didn't take over half last year or something. So
That's right.
in the league for about a year, roughly. I
It's his second
think
season.
it's too soon, too much too soon. And yeah, I'd be happy if he goes to you guys. I'd be like, cool, good manager, but I don't know if he's got enough experience yet. Going to Liverpool is a big step from Brighton. No offense to Brighton, but Liverpool's
It's
on the
true.
world stage. You know what I mean? It's what every manager that comes to United faces the same thing. It's you're on the world stage. There's so much criticism. Everybody's got looking at you through a magnifying glass. One wrong word, one wrong step. You take constant criticism, and yeah, it's difficult. So I don't know. You need a big personality, as you said. You don't think Alonso's got a big enough personality. I don't know, but if De Zerbi's any better, but from a tactician and from a coach, he seems really, really good. I just don't think he's ready yet. But yeah, Marco, what do you think?
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. I mean, he hasn't really proved himself yet in the Premier League. And I mean, it's like Mark said, moving from Brighton, it's a big step, moving from Brighton to Liverpool. But every manager, that's what they want. They want to progress in their career, manage top clubs, and play the best and the hardest competitions out there, win silverware. And for now, I think it's a bit too early for him. He needs to gain a bit of that experience. I mean, the Premier League's the toughest league in the world,
Mm,
without a doubt.
No doubt.
I mean, not any coach can just walk into any club and think that they're going to win the league straight away. I mean, they've got to adapt first, the style of play and their opponents, you understand? But we'll see. I mean, let's not worry about that. Let's just focus on Klopp. Let's just focus on the 4 cups that we've got ahead of us, right?
I agree.
The season's
I
over.
agree.
We've got to salute the Klopp. Don't forget, Klopp himself has won FIFA Coach of the Year back-to-back, 2 years in a row. You've got to give that man a bells. Don't forget that.
and the bells.
Let's forget about the other coaches. We speak about Klopp. It's still Klopp. I mean, once Klopp steps out of the door, then we can throw names into the works.
Well,
Nice.
technically, as it stands, he's got 29 games if we go to the finals of all competitions. So, we can still have the love of watching Jurgen Klopp with these mastery skills, possibly for the next 29 games. Hopefully, gain some silverware along the way, and then give the man the send-off that he deserves for everything he's done for the club.
Yeah, certainly.
Nice. Well, I do hope that you guys get a David Moyes or Jose Mourinho instead. But yeah, it's been good. Thanks for joining us, Marco. Really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming to studio with us, Marco. Your insight into football and Liverpool's always great to hear. And hopefully we'll have you in one of the future episodes again. You're certainly more knowledgeable than Mark. So,
well, look at the shirt that he's wearing. He's no knowledge.
Everyone has their problems.
I must say, I haven't seen a Man United supporter so happy as they are today. Look at Mark. Look how happy he is today. Just because Klopp has said that he's stepping down from managing.
Yeah, I get to feel how you guys felt when Sir Alex left. You guys were over the moon, laughing, dancing. All of a sudden, life was good. So, and that was after 27 years. So imagine, I feel good after 8. Can only imagine how you guys felt after 27. But yeah, no, it's good. It's about time. The wheel turns slowly, but it's turned.
Easy, Tiger.
I have no doubt that the club will appoint the right man. It's a sad day for Liverpool. Obviously here in the news, it's a sad day for the club, players, everyone associated with the football club. But, all good things come to an end, and we need to just look at the bright side and what Klopp has done for us, and hopefully send him off with, some silverware. And he will be a fan's favourite forever. We'll continue to sing his name in the stands.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Oh, did you see how emotional he was when they played now against Norwich?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a
He
bag of
said
emotions now.
he felt so emotional, and
Sure.
yeah, it was very emotional.
Yeah, he's a bag of emotions. Shame. Long may it continue. Anyway, thanks, Marco. Thanks for joining us. Marquez Ray, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.
Peace. Cheers, guys.